Welcome to Late Night Talk, a short late night conversation with an exorcist, who's also your boss. One ending, some point and click, and a lot of talk about ghosts, but nothing scary actually happens. Let's see if that is absolutely true. Within this playthrough, you'll be able to find a link down in the description below. You'll be able to download this game for yourselves to try it out for yourselves. It's 1 AM. You can feel your eyelights get heavier with each passing second. Alicia, hope you brought snacks or something to pass time with. You will need them for what we're about to do. We'll have to stay here for the night. I know we don't usually stay this long at a client's house, but, well, she insisted. The occult was here after all. Passing time, huh? Ask her about her book. It's the Bible. Is it interesting? Are you kidding me? If it's not work, I would have never touched it. Do both of you really need to spend the whole night here? This sucks. I thought you said this house is not haunted. It's not, but in another way it is. I doubt anything's going to happen tonight, but I want to be thorough with my occult investigations. How are you so convinced? The owner of the house is a 44-year-old woman. She lives alone after her husband passed away, and the husband came back as a ghost and haunts her to this day. Her complaints are just unexplained noises and things moving around, and since she lives alone, nobody can corroborate her story, okay? When we inspected the house, the piping and the structure of the house itself was already old and in bad shape. The noises and movements are most likely from that. How did the husband die? His death's nothing out of the ordinary. Heart disease. Pity, he wasn't even 40 when he died. That's really young. He passed away after an unsuccessful surgery, and he died in the hospital. Not here. He was her only family. She was insistent that the odd happenings were signs being left by her deceased husband. Loneliness is clouding her judgment. This was like the scenario of paranoia in a way. Why did you take the case, Ben? Well, we're short on rent this month and we need anything to put bread on the table. What? Don't look at me like that. We still have to pay the bills. And even if it's more often than not a false positive, I still take cases like this because that's my speciality. Also, I cannot say no. Odd things can still happen. Of course they do. Anyway, just chill for the night. Just chill while there's some point and click and some horror talk about ghosts. Go to sleep or find something to pass the time with. Investigation time. No, I'm not finishing my examination just yet. We need to click on all these elements. A rosary. Alicia always brings it with her. She's not even religious. You guess it's just for show. It's to show the part. It's Earl Grey latte. Alicia doesn't actually like to drink coffee, but it helps you stay awake at night. Your surprise is enough for her. Then again, she never seems to need much sleep. Some people can only need to work on 2 or 3 hours of sleep outside. It's 1 in the morning, but yet it's not completely dark. The city's quieting down. You wish you're in your bed, tucked in a warm blanket instead of here. Oh, how you miss it so. Something's watching you from the outside. A ghost, rather. We put sensors and cameras all over the house. The screen helps us monitor everything. So this is like a surveillance room then. Did somebody just move in the bathroom? Maybe it was just your imagination. Or maybe it is a divine haunting spirit that only follows one particular individual. and then that particular individual would always need to be here so that it can be corroborated. Wall. Something is dripping from the ceiling. Ectoplasma from the spirit itself. It's dark, you can't tell what it is. It could just most likely be water from the bad piping. Board. Shopping list, brochures, posters from an event, all that jazz. They're all outdated. These papers are from 10 years ago. During the wartime, a shrine dedicated to a better time. Poor woman, she still hasn't moved on. Well, a lifelong friend, you don't really move on from somebody who is so important to you. You may be able to heal in some way, shape or form, but you never truly heal after the passing of your best friend in your life. Finish examining. You looked around the room. I wonder if there's like a multiplicatory interaction, like when you interact something once, it doesn't always uncover all of the details. You looked around the house. The room. Are you sure this house is not haunted? No, something is off. Don't you see the blood on the scene? Do you see someone watching us through windows? Do you see the shadow moving in the bathroom? Well, we haven't interacted with the bathroom. Blood on the scene. Well, it did say that it was dark, but they didn't give us a color. And it's in the house, so blood on the scene. What the hell are you talking about? You're seeing things. I don't see blank. Are you? Maybe it'd be nice getting to you. Or maybe you're just insensitive to ghosts. I've been thinking about it. Like how some people can naturally do math and some can't. And how some people have a better sense of smell. Maybe some people are meant to see ghosts and some just aren't. I don't know if that's how it works. I just come to these cases with the expectation of being disappointed. And guess what? I am disappointed. If you already think that the paranormal are involved, it alters your perception when confronted with the ambiguous, the unknown. The human brain, it hates not knowing things. It always tries to find patterns. And when something is off and they couldn't find an explanation, the brain thinks it's safer to be safe than sorry and generate fear. That's how most ghost stories come about. Alrighty then, so what have you got for us next? And I checked the recordings, there's nothing of it, honestly. I wonder if we're ever going to find something tangible. You're still on that? Of course I am. I told you before, I only became an exorcist to find real evidence of ghosts. And this is definitely a qualification that you can get in university. I passed mine about 15 years ago within the studies of the paranormal. But the more cases we take, the more I feel we're on a wild goose chase. Yep, here's the center of gravity. Here's you orbiting around that gravity, but no, not going towards the gravity. I wonder if I'm just wasting time. Maybe someday. It's not like we're in a rush, right? I guess not. Just go to sleep. I'll stay watch right here. Good night then. Night. You lay down on the sofa. When morning came, you couldn't see anything out of the ordinary. Man, you don't feel like packing all this equipment up. Look at all this surveillance equipment I have. Maybe you'll sleep for a while longer. Just like that, then. Just like that. That is what we call a late night talk, eh? Play your silly phone game. You opened your phone game. There's a new character out. You rolled and prayed. You didn't get him. For this, it's Genshin Impact. Your phone battery's running low. Do both of you really need to spend the whole night here? This sucks. Okay, the monitors were about the bathroom, the window was about the man outside, and the wall is about the drippiness. So it could have been any of those three. I just forgot that earlier we did check the screen and something could have moved from the bathroom. Don't you see someone watching us through the window? What the hell are you talking about? All the different conversations don't end up affecting the outcome of the game at all. One ending, although you can find different dialogues through the options, so here and there you can, but I think it's a very interesting concept in order to start out on, like this investigation of trying to find what this elderly person, not elderly, not that elderly, like mid-40s, it's not that elderly at all. But in order to go through the mishap, or not mishap, the process of investigating very strange and very outlandish different things that could be going on throughout this person's life after the disappearance, or not disappearance, the departure of her husband, and us as investigators of the paranormal, like. That's a very, very niche and specific thing that only a very few people would probably pursue because there's such little reference out there towards the paranormal and such in this case. And there's a lack of evidence, that's why it's not that tangible, and all of the different investigations they've done in their past investigations, while it may have landed them food on the table, it doesn't bring them any closer towards getting anything tangible. They could say, hey, there are ghosts all along, and we have the evidence to prove it to all of you that ghosts are real, and all of you who said they weren't real are now false. So thank you all so much for watching, people. This has been a late night talk. This could even be a late night talk, depending on when you're watching this video. And as always, people, there is a link down in the description below, so where you'll be able to download this game for yourselves and play it for yourselves. See what you can find in this late night talk. Have a good day and take care of yourselves.